Reggie Miller joins us from Turner Sports. Reg calling the NCAA Mountain West Championship in Las Vegas Saturday at noon Eastern on CBS. Before we talk hoops, what'd you think of Peyton Manning's press conference there?
I didn't get a chance to see it live because we were at the CBS Turner NCAA seminar, but obviously I got a chance later that night to catch bits and pieces of it. And look, it was touching. You know, obviously when football, baseball, basketball, whatever sport it is or whatever profession you do, and you do it for so long, and you know it's coming towards an end, those emotions, you know, they tend to kind of seep out, and we saw that in Peyton. You know, he's a guy that's obviously a two-time champion, and he has won so many MVPs and awards, but that was a real moment. And, you know you're not going to have to study, you're not going to have to get to the stadium early, you're not going to have to prepare, you're not going to have to work out. When you know all that is done, your football life is basically over. Those emotions, they were running rapid, and it was good to see Peyton uncut. I want to thank him for being, for him to send me a text early to be on that inner circle. I want to thank him for that because I wasn't expecting that, and he sent me a text. I normally don't save texts, but since you and I are close, I'll tell you. So, he sent me a text on Saturday, and I'm sure he sent this to a lot of people, but he was like, look, I'm asking for your confidentiality. I love you and value our friendship and your support of me during my football career. I'm going to retire from pro football on Monday. 18 years is a good number, and it's time. You are the best. Please keep to yourself until tomorrow. Peyton. And I wrote back, look, I did 18. It's only right you do the same, champ. Congrats, and now life really begins. Enjoy it, and much love, brother. And he wrote back, you the man. So I appreciate him reaching out to me. He didn't have to do that, and, it was really cool. It was really, really cool. I'm happy for him, and as I said, life starts now. He has a long life ahead of him after football.
It's funny, he sent me that same text, Reg.
Yeah, I said he probably sent it to a lot of people.
No, he didn't. He didn't send it to me.
I'm sure he did, but I'm just glad I was one of them.
Okay, that year after you're done, how tough was that transition for you that you're sort of going, okay, now my life starts, my next life starts, and I'm not a basketball player?
The good thing for me is I went straight into working with Turner. So I was occupied and I was still involved with basketball. We're not quite sure what Peyton is going to do. Is he going to go into the booth? Is he going to go into the front office? Is he going to go to college and be an analyst there or a coach? We don't know. I had the saving grace of going straight into Turner, so that helped. But it's funny because, after the season, you usually take a month off, and then you start to kind of get back into your routine of working out and, lifting weights. Well, I didn't have to do that, and that was the hardest thing in my brain was kind of recalibrating, well, what am I going to do during the summers? How am I going to – so that was the most difficult thing of retiring, but my saving grace was going straight to Turner.
Reggie Miller, NBA on TNT. Reg also part of CBS Turner's coverage of March Madness. LeBron James will play against Kobe for the last time tomorrow night in Los Angeles. Do you remember your last game against Kobe Bryant?
I do not. I think the last time I played Kobe was
March 18th, 2005.
Where? In Staples or in Staples?
You had 39.
Okay, he did not play in that game. That's the only reason I had 39. Let's be honest.
Oh.
He did not play in that game.
Oh, okay.
That was last time I played the Lakers.
Oh,
we played the Lakers earlier at Staples, and if one of the Dinettes could pull up that box score, it was a little bit different. But he did not play in that particular game. That was at the field house, and I went crazy on the Lakers at 39. 39 for 39.
Would Kobe have guarded you?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's stick with the story that he did guard me.
Yeah,
How
you
about
didn't
that?
need to bring that up.
That's right.
We could have gone with that.
No, hey.
Was he a good
The age
defender?
of the internet, come on. As soon as we finish this conversation, it would have been all over.
Was he a good defender?
Yes, very good.
Or was
he was the clone of MJ. He really was. He was the clone of MJ. And that's not a knock either, people.
Paulie,
that's a good clone to be.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good clone to be.
Yeah, but he wasn't as good a defender as Mike.
Not as good, but he was good.
What do you have, Paulie?
Dan, I got a box score, Lakers-Pacers, June 14th, 2000. Kobe had 28. Reggie had 35.
Yeah, he owned Kobe.
Well, in June, that would have been the finals, though, right? 2014?
No, June 14th, 2000. Overtime game.
Okay, well, that's in the finals. That was different. I was a different Reggie then.
I remember covering those games. Those
were good.
Yeah.
I can't. Those. See, it's people ask about winning championships and all that. If I had never been so close, it wouldn't irk me as much because I went to the Eastern Conference Finals 5 or 6 times, very close, and obviously the 2000 versus the Lakers final. So when you're that close and you can, reach and touch one of the rings. Those are the replays that people talk about. The 8 points, 9 seconds, and all the moments against Chicago and the Knicks. Those are great. What I remember most is Game 2 versus the Lakers in the finals. Game 4 versus the Lakers in the finals. The Larry Johnson 4-point play versus the Knicks. It's those plays that I replay in my head versus the good memories because loose ball, long rebound, missed free throw, missed closeout. I replay those in my head versus the great moments. But I know that's weird to say, but that's how I'm wired.
So it's more painful to get there and lose than, let's say, not make the playoffs at all?
I would rather not make the playoffs. I would rather get beat by 20, 25. When we lost Game 7 to Orlando to move on to the finals versus Shaq and Penny, in a 7-game series, we lost by like 30. That's better than losing the Game 7 with the tip-in by Patrick Ewing Game 7. And then I blow me out. Don't let me see it. Don't let me be close to it. Being close to it, you replay. Oh my God, I missed that free throw. Oh my God, I didn't close out to John Starks. Oh my God, I didn't box out, Larry Johnson. Oh my God, I missed this assignment. I mean, that's what I replay.
If the Warriors don't get to 73, it'll be because of what?
Well, look, they have, I believe, 3 more with San Antonio and 2 more with OKC. So those are going to be very difficult games. I don't know how many more they have with the Clippers, though they are very home-dominated down the stretch.
They got 15 more home games.
That's great. And they've been obviously great at home, undefeated. It could be rest. It could be but look, if they're close to getting it, I think they're going to go for it. If you're this close, you have to go for it.
What does Charles have against Golden State? Barkley,
I don't.
He doesn't.
What did he say this time?
Well, he said they're not going to repeat.
Well, I mean, that's his opinion. Everyone has them. It's okay.
No, but he says you can't be a jump shooting team and win the title. It just seems like.
Well, obviously you can.
Yeah. But
right?
You said something at the Turner press conference where you said, look, I'm not going to be one of those old guys who says, we would have been better, beaten this guy, or I'd be better than Steph Curry. Because we'd heard Oscar Robertson, Isaiah Thomas, Walt Clyde Frazier. What made you say that at the press conference?
Look, and I'm going to say because I just turned 50, all us old-time players, it's hard for us, them, we, to accept change because we want to hold on to the past. We want to hold on to those Showtime Laker days. We want to hold on to the big 3 of Boston with Bird, McHale, and Parrish. We want to hold on, obviously, to MJ 72, which is great. Those teams were fantastic. We want to hold on to Big Wilt, the Big Dipper, and Oscar. It's great. But we've got to accept change. We'll never know about Isaiah Thomas and the Bad Boys defense versus Steph Curry and these current Warriors. We'll just never know unless we're playing NBA 2K. So why not accept what they're doing? It's new rules, and the game of basketball is all about evolution. It has changed. So let's accept change. But it's harder for older guys to do that because we want to hold on to those great Michael Jordan years. And look, even if the Warriors break that record, we're not going to look at that 72 Chicago team any differently. It's just a different system and a different set of rules now. So let's accept what Steve Kerr and Steph and Draymond and the Warriors are doing and accept the beauty of basketball right now instead of being so pig-headed. But on the flip side, let me say this. Don't stick a microphone in front of these guys and say, how would you compete against Steph Curry? Because that's not fair to these Hall of Famers. What are they supposed to say?
I agree.
No.
They're competitive.
What made them great, what made them so competitive was that drive. If you ask Jerry West, who works for the Warriors, if he could shoot with Steph and Clay, what is Jerry West going to say? No?
He might say no, knowing him.
No, he would. Jerry West?
Yeah, he's so humble.
He's got the biggest ego probably of all of us. Are you kidding me? Jerry West right now believes he probably can shoot with Steph and Clay. But I'm just saying, we have to accept change. And what we're seeing out of the Warriors and the Spurs, particularly in this season, is beautiful basketball, people. Let's accept that. It's different rules and a different system. But on the flip side, we got to give these Hall of Famers a little bit of slack. Don't put a microphone in them and ask them what could Steph play in their area. That's not fair, guys. We'll never know. Could Oscar Robertson, go against Steph? Of course he could. If you're going to ask him to his face, what are you going to say? No?
He's Reggie Miller, the Hall of Famer, part of Turner Sports. They're covering the NCAA tournament. Reg calling the Mountain West Championship in Las Vegas on Saturday at noon Eastern on CBS. Have fun, Reg.
Thank you, Theodore. I love you much. I love my Danettes.
See you, bud.